Hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. So, one of the things I have to remember is that you can't take everybody with you, and a lot of the times when it's time to make a change, you can't take anybody with you. I'm thinking about when I decided that it was time to transition. And actually, it was quite a moment in my life because I was going to force myself to be content with just doing it behind closed doors. You know? But I was demeaning myself in a lot of ways by doing so, and I was hiding the truth. And I knew that if I did that, I was going to take it out not only on myself, but on everybody else around me. And I did not want to do that. The other part of that was I knew, I had a feeling that if I did decide to transition, that my parents, any friends that I considered to be friends at the time, coworkers, my siblings and other family members, neighbors, people from church so-called family, any and everybody that knew me prior to, that there was going to be an issue or a problem. Maybe not with everyone, but a majority of them. I also was aware that I may need to go stealth, meaning that I need to move away from all of these people, places, and things that I was familiar with, that I knew, that I felt comfortable with, because those things could turn against me and or be used against me. When I tell you, over a decade later, I was right. And my computer screen just went off after I said that. I was right. Almost everyone that was in my life prior to transitioning engaged in some kind of attack, mouth talk, witchcraft, wickedness, lies, deceit, some way. Every single one of them. There may have been a few that did not, but right now I cannot think of anybody. When I tell you, it would have been better for me to remove myself from these places, spaces that were familiar prior to transitioning. That way I could find those that were really for me after I transitioned. You learn the truth about a lot of people. I learned the truth about a lot of people after I transitioned, and people that I never thought would do what they did what they did to me. And that was a shock, that was a surprise, and that was a disappointment. So, this new year is almost here. I did the work finally in releasing a lot of people over the last few years. And I'm not saying that it was easy. And I'm not saying that after I released these people, that there were not still some things being thrown at me because of the release that I made. What I also understood about all of this is that people will dislike you and or be against you, but they will play in your face because you offer them something that they need, that they want, or that they desire. And they'd rather lie to you and play in your face than tell you the truth and you actually separate yourself from them, because to do so would mean they would not have access to you. But to remain around them is giving them access to you so that they can take from you whatever they need, but then also belittle you and put you down behind your back to a lot of people to make you look to be a certain way. So it's not fair. It's not right. And I realized that a little too late. It is disappointing when you realize that you have to let love go. You have to let your love of certain people die so that you can live and love again. These were people that didn't want my love to be shared with anybody else but them. But they were not wanting and or willing and able to share love with me. They shared fake love. And they told a lot of evil, wicked things about me behind my back. They hated me behind my back. And I have to move forward, knowing the truth of a lot of these people and knowing that I will never see them again. And if I do ever see them again, there will not be any words said between us. And I will more than likely look away because I'm ashamed of them. Not because I'm ashamed of me, but I'm disappointed and I'm ashamed of them. And I'm not going to give them the satisfaction and or the pleasure of looking me in the eye and trying to fake love in my face ever again.